The second Liberty Symposium 2026, with the theme Reimagining the North, Media Productive Power and the Making of the Next Northern Nigeria, was held at prestigious Shehu Musa Yar'Adua Centre in Abuja, bringing together distinguished leaders, media professionals, academics, policymakers, and development stakeholders to discuss the future of Northern Nigeria. The symposium commenced with opening remarks by the former governor of Niger State and the chairman of Sardauna Foundation, Dr. Babangida Aliyu, who called for the visionary leadership, strategic thinking, and collective action in addressing the challenges facing the North. He also stresses the need for a renewed commitment to education, economic, productivity, and sustainable development.
I think we should be looking at one, we must appreciate our roles in sustaining the divisive structures that encourage corruption. Sometimes I say all of us have become corrupt because if you do not steal or you have no opportunity to steal, you will go and beg for employment, you will go and try to see who is it that you know that will get you this and that. That in itself is corruption. Because the system should be created in such a way that whatever is due to you will naturally come to you. You don't have to go begging for admission. In fact, now begging even for hospital bed. So we sustain corruption through the ways and manners that we do certain things. Many people mistake that stealing money is the only word for corruption. No. Anything that distorts the process of what is right is corruption. Two, we must declare total war in all facets on banditry, kidnapping, and their associated ills. We were aware, and many of them have confessed, that they brought bandits in 2014, 2015, thinking that if they had won elections, Jonathan would not have over. And therefore the idea was to fight Jonathan. Unfortunately for us PDP people, fortunately for them, Jonathan handed over power before even the count was completed. What will you do if you have made preparation? Pay these people and return them back where you got them from. That did not happen. Today, banditry, kidnapping has become the franchise. I thought I'm too old to cry now, but when I read what happened to a young girl, my emir, a young girl was kidnapped, a 23-year-old girl, and I'm sure many of you might have read it, was kidnapped and 50 million was demanded. Her father had to go helter-skelter to get that money. Finally, he got the money. He called them and told them the money was available, but he wanted to talk to his daughter. And the daughter said to him, "Daddy, don't pay, because even if you pay, on my arrival home, I will commit suicide." Why? Because 12 of these bandits were raping this girl on a daily basis. In other words, they had already eroded her moral being. Her spirituality was gone. And she concluded she would kill herself even if she was saved. I understand when the bandits had that.
Delivering one of the most anticipated presentations of the event, His Royal Highness, the Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, offered thought-provoking reflections on leadership, religion, governance, and societal transformation. The respected monarch observed that any day he stopped telling the truth means he must be dead, emphasizing the importance of honesty and courage in leadership.
A couple of weeks later, my friend Nasir went to the villa and he was accosted by people around the president. And they said, "We are surprised that you are giving the area of Kano a platform to abuse the president." He said, "I don't understand." And he came out with this story in which I had not even mentioned the president by name. I had not even referred to the president. I just said, Northern leaders should not be happy. This is the state of the North. And that was taken as an abuse of the president. And it's typical of Northern leaders. And so long as we are waiting for people to come and bow before us, to tell us the sun shines out of our back, that we're the best thing to happen to this country, if we were waiting for people to come and lie to us, and that is what leadership has become. You know, my area, in the area squad, you have different people. You have praise singers, you have ulama, you have council members, you have district heads. Everybody has a role. I don't expect members of my council to be my praise singers. A praise singer will tell you that you are going to remain area until the horn is blown, until Mahdi. You know you are not going to be there forever. He will tell you that when you come out, the sun shines. He will tell you God has not created anybody like you. You listen, but you know that is what he is supposed to do. It's his job. He's a praise singer. But when your ulama become praise singers, when your advisors become praise singers,
Sanusi II also lamented what he described as the misunderstanding of religion within society, noting that many of the challenges confronting communities stem from the failure to properly understand and practice religious teachings. She urged leaders and citizens alike to focus on values that promote unity, knowledge, and development. The EMA also further challenged policymakers to prioritize investment in education, roads, healthcare, and infrastructure, stressing that the sustainable development requires practical solutions that directly improve the lives of the citizens. He also warns that many society, driven by misinformation, risk losing its direction and ability to make informed decisions about its future. Speaking as a third speaker of the event, the executive chairman and also the convener of the event, the chairman of Liberty Media Group, Alhaji Dr. Ahmed Tijani Lamaran, highlighted the indispensable role of the media in a nation building. He emphasized that the media organization must go beyond reporting events and become partners in education, enlightening, and empowering the public. He called for a stronger collaboration among media institutions to tell the region's story accurately and promote development-oriented narratives.
Exposed. That is why we are gathered here today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We are gathered here merely to celebrate 15 years of Liberty Media Group. We are here to reimagine, renovate Northern Nigeria, and by extension, Nigeria. We are not gathered merely to discuss broadcasting, but also to rethink. We are here to discuss the future of information, sovereignty, national cohesion, and independent media in Nigeria. Because a nation that loses control of information eventually loses its future. The modern battlefield. For many years, we believed security was only about territory. Today, we know better. The modern battlefield is no longer only physical, it is also informational. Nations are increasingly shaped by narratives, algorithms, misinformation, campaigns, digital influence, operations, artificial intelligence, manipulated content, and competing information ecosystems. Communities can be destabilized without a single shot being fired. That is the world we are today, Your Excellency. Trust can be eroded without a single institution physically attacked. Public confidence can be weakened through systematic distortion of information. This is why information sovereignty must become a national priority in Nigeria. The question before us is no longer simply how Nigeria protects its borders. The question is how Nigeria protects the integrity of its information environment. And this is where broadcasting remains indispensable. Licensed broadcasters, radio and television channels remain among the few institutions capable of delivering trusted, accountable, and veritable information at a scale.
The fourth major presentation was delivered by the renowned academic and media scholar Professor Umar Fateh, who examined the intersection of knowledge, communication, and productive power in shaping the next northern Nigeria. He stressed the importance of investing in human capital, innovation, and strategic communication as tools for regional transformation and global competitiveness.
Our leaders in the industry, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are most welcome to this symposium organized by Liberty Radio and TV. I'm grateful that I've been invited to serve as a guest speaker at this forum. And I'm happier that the earlier speakers, particularly His Royal Highness, the chairman, and of course the keynote speaker, have in a very, very methodical, authoritative, and very competent manner explained the issues confronting us in the North. What I intend to do is to build on some of the issues that have already been raised. And I will do so in a summarized form. Of course, the North today, as we heard from our distinguished leaders, is at a defining crossroads. From whatever angle you look, you can see we are in a transitional process. It faces profound political, economic, environmental, technological, security, and all sorts of challenges that need fresh thinking and, of course, strategic communication. And in my presentation, I argued that the media is central and critical in shaping identities, influencing public consciousness, directing development priorities, mobilizing citizens, and of course, constructing the future in the North. The North that eventually emerges in the next 20 to 30 years will depend significantly on the narratives, values as explained His Royal Highness, aspirations, and the developmental visions promoted through the media ecosystem. I remember around 1989 or thereabout, reading a book written by a foreigner on Nigeria. He said, if you want to know the fears, the aspirations, the needs, as well as the joys of a typical Nigerian, then read 4 or 5 newspapers in a day. Definitely, you'll understand what makes Nigerians angry and what makes them happy. Now,
the second Liberty Symposium 2026 concluded with a renewal call for stakeholders across all the sectors to work together in building a more prosperous, peaceful, and forward-looking northern Nigeria. Gaddafi Subsale reporting for CNN Online.